NFC and AFC East. I say we start NFC. Okay, let's start NFC East, and we're going to work with these teams as they finished in the division. So Cowboys bringing up the rear here. They have the 4th and 34th overall picks. In a perfect scenario, I love that little graphic
You like
there,
that?
stepping their game up. Who would be these two players for the Dallas Cowboys?
Dallas Cowboys, I really struggle with it because the potential general manager or the hopeful GM in me would say, take the quarterback. Take a quarterback with the 4th overall pick. We never pick in the top 10. Let's get a guy that can be the bridge after Tony Romo retires. But I'm going to go with the win now mentality. And I'm going to say Joey Bosa and Artie Burns are the two players for them. Joey Bosa at 4, to me, is a nice fit in this defense. We've talked about him being a technical marvel, a high motor player, a guy that has all the hand skills that you want. I believe his versatility is what makes him attractive to the Cowboys. You can slide him inside, let him play defensive tackle, work on the edges of the guard, and he can be a guy that gets you maybe double-digit sacks on the inside, sets the tone with his athleticism and motor.
I'd like to see him paired up inside next to DeMarcus Lawrence and see what they could do as kind of a tag team. But then when you get to this second pick here, corner, long, athletic, explosive, great ball skills here in Artie Burns.
I'm going to go with Artie Burns being a nice fit. Look, they've been struggling at the corner position. I know they had Brandon Carr back. Morris Claiborne has been a huge disappointment since they invested a big pick in him. Artie Burns in the second round, to me, would be a nice find. Long range, he has ball skills, a guy that is very, very talented and athletic. Now you're beginning to pair him up with Byron Jones and some of the other young players they have rotating in. I believe it would be a nice fit, help that secondary.
I like the fact they have this young offensive line in Dallas that can kind of continue to grow together.
Yes.
Why not do that with the secondary? I like what you're saying there. Byron Jones, who I think has got a chance to be a star at the next level, and now you team him up with another young athletic corner in Artie Burns. I like that a lot. All right, that's the Cowboys at 4 and 34. I'll go ahead and take over here for the Giants. They got picks 10 and pick number 40. And I'm going to say in this situation, you kind of play these scenarios out all different kind of ways. How about Ronnie Stanley for them? They're at number 10, the tackle from Notre Dame. Go ahead and just secure one of those spots right now. Eric Flowers, right? Now you team him up with Ronnie Stanley. And I talked about young offensive lines when Dallas kind of grow together. This would give this young offensive line, the Giants, 2 young bookends to build around.
2 young bookends. Then you also have Justin Pugh, who's also a young player. You put 3 of those young guys in the line, let them grow together, because eventually you're going to have to find another quarterback, have that offensive line in place. I like that pick.
Let's clean up one thing, by the way. There is a sizable gap. I like Ronnie Stanley a lot, but he is not Tunsil, and they are on different levels when you talk about their overall ability. But still a good player. I think he'd be a value at 10. And then we get to pick number 40, Von Bell, the safety from Ohio State. I think he came in here. I know he'll be disappointed. He thinks he's going to go in the mid-20s, and he very well could. I think, however, there's a chance he slides into the second round. They could pair him up with Landon Collins.
I would like that pairing. I like that pairing because Landon Collins can be my thumper, my guy that does all the dirty work right in the box. Von Bell can do what he does very well, play center fielder. He has to improve the physicality, but 2 young safeties to kind of rock and roll in that back end. I definitely like that.
All right, Cowboys, Giants in the books. You've got the Philadelphia Eagles, and remember now, Bucky, no second-round pick because of that trade, the Bradford-Foles trade. So we're going to give them, they have pick number 8, and then we're going to go with their pick number 77 that takes place in the 3rd round. Who do you go?
I'm going to go against traditional wisdom and thinking and say that you take a running back at number 8, Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott gives them a guy that can not only run the ball inside, but can get to the edges, can catch the ball out the backfield. And Doug Peterson's new offense, I think it's important that they find a way to protect the quarterback. The best way to do it is to make the focal point of that offense a running back. Ezekiel Elliott is the best in the business, the best in coming in the draft. I believe he's a right-now player, meaning he can step in the lineup and be a right-now Pro Bowler. You put him in Philadelphia, I think he helps that offense get going.
All right, Bucky, pick number 77. You got him going to offensive line, and one of my favorite guards in the draft, Sebastian Tretola here out of Arkansas.
Yeah, Sebastian Tretola. I'm putting him inside because I think they need to upgrade that left guard spot. I want to get a physical guy, a guy that can move and maul and mash people at the line of scrimmage. You think about Arkansas and what they've been able to do under Brett Bielema. They can run the football. We want to run the football.
Question,
Let's get
Bucky, I know he can run the ball, but can he throw it?
He might have some effort.
I want my guards to be able to throw the football.
You want to be able to throw it?
Sebastian Tretola? You want to see him throw the pill around?
Hey, let's see if he can throw it.
Look at him.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh, he want to.
Very nicely done.
Clever play.
That's what differentiates him from this guard class, Buck. The guy threw a touchdown.
Play.
How cool is that? I like that pairing, though. You talk about physical with this Philadelphia Eagles team, running back, and then you get a physical blocker there in Trottola. All right, Washington Redskins, pick number 21, pick number 53. Let's go in the trenches at pick number 21. Andrew Billings from Baylor. He's somebody who's kind of – there's certain guys, Bucky, throughout the process. When I watched him on tape, I liked him. I didn't just love him. He was on the ground a little bit. And then the more that I've watched him, I begin to appreciate just how strong he is. Just to stack single blocks. He can do that in his sleep. Can push the pocket as a pass rusher. And then even going to the combine, I think he's got a little more quickness, a little more wiggle than I gave him credit for. The more I watch him, the more I begin to like him.
I think he's easy to like. When you understand when we take him out of the Baylor defense, because he's not going to play as many snaps in the pros as he did in Baylor, because that quick tempo offense that they played put the defense on the field. Love his athleticism, like his strength and power. Not necessarily a classic pass rusher, but he can push the pocket. I like him on the inside.
All right, then we're going to get a pass catcher here to team up with a really nice young receiver that they got last year out of Duke, who I really, really like, in Crowder. Now you go ahead and get Tyler Boyd, give a little more size to this receiving core. Don't know how much longer Garcon and Deshaun are going to be there with age and then contract being a factor as we move into the future. Tyler Boyd can go up and get it. I love the fact he's a returner, Buck. You've always talked about Ted Thompson valuing that. And Scott McLuhan, comes from that tree, was there with you. I think they'll value his skill set.
I think they will value his skill set, his versatility, and his ability to be a number one receiver. I think he's the number one receiver in the league, can catch the ball, can anchor a passing attack. I like him stepping in eventually to supplant Pierre Garcon or Deshaun Jackson's number